Tomorrow we celebrate the Assumption of Mary, but Padre Pio invites us to see this feast from a perspective many of us have probably never considered before. Stay tuned.
Ave mundi spes Maria.
Welcome to Following Padre Pio. We're grateful to all those who quietly helped this apostolate continue reaching souls through Padre Pio's spiritual legacy. Today's story may touch your heart in ways you did not expect. Tomorrow we celebrate the Feast of the Assumption, a day when we remember how Our Lady, at the end of her earthly life, was taken body and soul into heaven. And unlike other major solemnities where I might struggle to find something connected to Padre Pio, today I'm happy to share a beautiful reflection he himself wrote about Our Lady's Assumption into heaven. It comes from the book The Life of Padre Pio by Friar Gerardo di Flomeri. The author explains that, since childhood, Padre Pio had a special devotion to the Blessed Virgin, who was venerated in his hometown under the title Madonna della Libera, or Our Lady of Freedom. Now, as far as any biographer can tell, Padre Pio never preached formal sermons. However, there is a preserved, handwritten reflection he wrote, dedicated to the Assumption of the Most Blessed Virgin Mary. In it, he paints a moving portrait of Mary's final years on earth. Now, I don't usually do this, but to get the most out of this reflection, I would like you to imagine Our Lady Mary for a moment. Not the Queen of Heaven, crowned and glorious, not just yet. Imagine Mary in those years after Jesus ascended. The meals shared without him. The familiar places that suddenly felt different. The doorway he would never walk through again. Because before the glory of the Assumption came years of longing, and Padre Pio captures that longing beautifully. He writes, "After the ascension of Jesus Christ to heaven, Mary continuously burned with the most ardent desire to be reunited with him. And oh, the fervent sighs, the merciful groans she continually directed to him to draw her to himself. In the absence of her divine Son, she seemed to find herself in the harshest exile. Those years of separation from him were for her the slowest and most painful martyrdom, a martyrdom of love that slowly consumed her. And behold, the long-awaited moment finally arrives, and Mary hears the voice of her beloved calling her from above. 'Come, my sister, my beloved, my spouse, come. Come, dear one of my heart. The time of lamenting on earth is over. Come, spouse, to receive from the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit the crown prepared for you in heaven.'" It's a short reflection, but it focuses on something quite profound. Rather than emphasizing the triumphant moment of Mary's Assumption itself, Padre Pio emphasizes her longing for Christ, her Son, and the deep desire she carried within her until the moment they finally reunited. He calls this waiting a martyrdom of love, the slow, holy ache of being apart from the one she loved most. And perhaps that's something we can all relate to in some small way, because every Christian life is, in a sense, a life of longing. We too are waiting to be fully united with the one we love. The author further notes that Padre Pio felt united to Jesus through his love for our Mother Mary. He saw her as the surest path to Christ, and he guided his followers along that same path. Whenever he spoke about her, he could barely contain his emotions. In fact, the author tells us that Padre Pio's devotion was so intense that he'd feel a mysterious fire in his heart, sometimes needing to press an ice pack to his chest to soothe the fervor. He once said, "I would like to have a voice strong enough to invite all the sinners in the world to love Our Lady." Furthermore, he prayed the Rosary constantly, day and night. He instructed that, while praying the Rosary, we should give special attention to each Hail Mary, remembering that we are greeting Our Lady, who was present in every mystery and participated in each one with love and sorrow. And when his spiritual children asked what legacy he would leave them, he replied, "I leave you the Rosary. Love the Virgin and make others love her. Always pray her Rosary and pray it well. Satan wants to destroy this prayer, but he will never succeed." The author also recounts a beautiful detail from Padre Pio's hometown of Pretelcina. One elderly resident told him that Padre Pio had once been seen speaking with Our Lady at the foot of the altar. This account reflects something the whole town believed, that Padre Pio's relationship with the Virgin Mary was real and deeply personal. And to honor that devotion, a bronze statue was later installed inside the church. It shows Padre Pio kneeling in prayer, looking up at the image of Madonna della Libera. In fact, the statue was intentionally placed so that the gaze of Our Lady meets that of the saint. So as we prepare to celebrate this glorious feast tomorrow, may Padre Pio's words inspire us to renew our devotion to the Blessed Virgin. And perhaps we can end with a beautiful reminder from Pope Pius XII, who said that belief in the Assumption should strengthen our own hope in our own resurrection. So with that in mind, I'm wishing all of you a happy feast of the Assumption tomorrow. Thank you for spending this time with us today. If this story touched your heart, please subscribe and continue journeying with us through the spiritual legacy of Padre Pio. And if you feel called to become part of our prayer family as a protected child of Padre Pio, you'll find the link below. May Our Lady and Padre Pio bless you.